Hey, what's up, everyone? How are you? Welcome to another episode of Leadership Matters Live. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy Friday. This is what I am doing with my Friday. So here we are, podcasting. It's been a busy week. Last night we went live with Peter Miranda on This Is Graphics with his buddy Sid and my cousin Shara. So very nice to go live with them last night, talking about a lot of different things. But as you guys know, here on this podcast on Leadership Matters, we are speaking about some different things. Leadership Matters has, hey everyone, thanks for popping in, and hey Salah. Leadership Matters over the time that I've been doing it has pretty much mirrored things that are going on in my life. And as my perspective changes and my perspective evolves, so does the podcast. So lately, my attention really has been drawn to what's going on with young men in our society. I've mentioned in the past that moving forward, at least for the immediate future and the near future, I will be focusing very much on the issues that our young men are dealing with in this crazy culture that we're going into, with full acknowledgement that our generation has not done everything that we have needed to do in order to get our kids ready for this very quickly changing world. As I've said, I'm one of three boys. I was raised by a man, and I have two boys myself. In my classes that I teach, I notice that there are always more boys than there are girls. So speaking to our young men is something that I'm very passionate about and something that is near and dear to my heart. So that being said, I wanted to take this time to let you guys know that over the next 7 weeks, I'll be going live every Friday evening, and I'll be speaking about the different letters of leadership. Oh, we got a comment. What's up, Ray? How are you, man? Thank you. I appreciate it. Stay with me. Hey, listen, you know what? I'd love to have you on here with me talking about some of this in the future. But I'm going to be talking about the 7 letters of leadership. And obviously, they actually do stand for something. The first one stands for loyalty. But I'm just going to go with that and talk about some other L words that also might be appropriate in this time that we're speaking. Loyalty, the fact that we're very lucky, and love, which is not something you hear a lot of men speaking about. And we definitely need more men speaking up in our society. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. So Ray's saying, let's put that up there. Ray would love to. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. So yeah, exactly. These are the things that we need our young men to know. We need to, just get better at teaching them simply. And it's my opinion lately that, hey, Oz, how are you, man? Good to hear you. Good to have you on here with me, man. It's my opinion simply that we have to change the way we speak to our guys. We have to change the way we teach them because so many of the old mindset things are not working anymore. We have to do better with what we're teaching our boys. When I look around or I watch the news lately, and you don't have to look far. You look on the news. I was just watching a little while ago. What's up, Ryan? How are you, buddy? And it's all stories about young men that are either getting in trouble or causing trouble or being hurt or killed or something. And me specifically being a man of color and my boys being of color, it's seriously concerning. We had a 19-year-old boy going to a place. My buddy Jose was calling. We had a 19-year-old boy go into a place and into the FedEx area and shoot 8 people and kill himself. We had a 13-year-old boy put his hands up and get shot by a police officer. A 19-year-old young man, getting shot and killed by a police officer. Whatever the facts are of these cases is irrelevant to me right now. The main thing that concerns me is simply that our young men are are hurting in more ways than one. They're in trouble with the law. They're in trouble with getting, with violence, and even speaking about mental health and issues of relationships. Our young men don't know which direction to turn. So it's my intention to use this platform of Leadership Matters to speak about that in the coming weeks. And hopefully we can get men and women on here talking to us and discussing the issues that our young men need to know about and figure out how they can get better. As I mentioned, I'm 41. I have two boys that are teenagers. I was raised by a man, and I'm going to be fully honest and come out here and say that I don't. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'll be fully honest to come out and say that I don't know exactly what I'm doing all the time. And that's one of the things that I think that has benefited me in my educational career, that I'll be honest and say, hey, sometimes I don't know. I don't know the answer. But I'm going to figure it out. I spent 8 years in the Army, and then I went into education. And when I went into education, I felt like it was the next step for me because I was still being of service to my country. Well, here I am using the 7 core values of leadership that I learned from the Army, and hopefully trying to continue being of service to my country, and using this platform for something better. What I do in my day job simply isn't enough for me anymore. I have to use my free time to try to make sure that not only my kids are doing better, but that other kids are doing better as well. So with that, I guess, I want to acknowledge also another L another L word in leadership. And for me, it's simply being lucky. Like, I got real lucky. The fact that I was raised by a good man and that I come from a family of good men. And not everybody has that opportunity. Just the fact that I was born in the U.S., the fact that I was born into a family that values education, that got me my education, all those things have made me very, very lucky. And I acknowledge that. And I think if we are given the opportunity to move our lives forward with education and with the opportunities that we've had, then it's our responsibility to pay that back to the people that need help. There are a lot of people in this world that don't have the strength physically, don't have necessarily the thanks, bud. I appreciate it very much. Don't just have the skills or the ability or the opportunity to actually make real difference. And sometimes people can't even take care of themselves or handle themselves. And if you are capable of speaking up or helping someone, then it's your responsibility to do that. So I talk about, again, that L word of luck. A lot of us are very lucky simply to have what we have. And if you're not making the most of it and you're not paying it forward and pushing that envelope forward, then, well, I don't know. I guess I urge you to reconsider what you're doing with your life and maybe step it up a little bit, because that's something that I acknowledge. Again, like I don't have all the answers, and I'm never going to pretend to. And I think that's what makes me effective. But I will acknowledge that that we haven't done well enough yet. I haven't done well enough yet. And if I haven't, and collectively we haven't, then we have to figure out how to get better. And we're going to use this platform to do that. All right. That being said, getting back to loyalty and love, one of the messages that I'd like to put out there for everyone, man, woman, child, doesn't even matter. I'm sorry I froze, man. Well, hopefully you're still with me, Oz. The L in leadership, that it stands for loyalty. That's the normal letter or the normal word. If you truly have love for the people around you, for the people in your life, and you want to do right by them, then first be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to your mind, your body, your spirit. Figure out how to take care of yourself fully and completely in every way, shape, or form that means in this world, in this society. Hey, Carmen, how are you? Yeah, mental health definitely needed for all of our students and our teachers. And Carmen, I don't know if you just popped on, but I'm trying to speak to everyone about the necessity for all of those things with our young men right now. That's going to be my focus moving forward. And I'm happy to have your perspective on there, because I think, our young men have to learn how to treat our women better. And this is something I see a lot in high schools, that, our guys don't even know how they're supposed to act. And they're getting the messages from mainstream media and from movies and things like that of what they're supposed to be or what they're supposed to do. And then when they actually start doing that and interacting in real life, it's a problem. Ray, yes, definitely. Mental health and financial wellness, also something that we're going to be speaking about moving forward. One of the guys that we were podcasting with last night with Sid, he wants to speak about cryptocurrency and financial literacy. Again, all things that I wish I would have known or had a better grasp on when I was growing up. So these will be things that we will be speaking about moving forward. But again, all that being said, loyalty to yourself first. Loyalty to what's going on with your mind, taking care of your mind, recognizing that whatever you bring in to yourself, whatever you observe, whatever you read, watch, listen to, it's affecting you. It affects you. And so recognize that you have to pay attention to what you pay attention to. You have to pay attention to what you read, what you watch, because that affects you. Bring good things into yourself so that you can give good things out to other people. Take care of your body. Take care of your spirit, because as you do that, as you take care of yourself, you're able to better take care of the people that you care about and the people that you love. Breathe. Yes, creative ones. Always breathe. I love that one. All right. So that being said, I'm throwing it out there to everyone. This is a short episode. It's really just a way for me to get a quick message out there. Tuesday night. Let's go back to our banners. Let's talk about Tuesday night. We will be talking about what it means to be a man today. There are a lot of mixed messages out there. There are a lot of things that we would say back in the day about what it means to be a man, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to treat people, how you're supposed to treat each other. But what does that mean today? And we can get into marginalized groups. We can get into the fact that being a man doesn't necessarily being a man doesn't mean that you're a straight man. You could be a gay man. Manliness is it's not a sex thing. It's, stepping up and being a man has nothing to do with what your sexual orientation. And that's another thing that we have to adapt to and think about, as we continue moving through this world. The typical, I guess, stigma or stereotype of what a man is not, it doesn't hold true anymore. So those are things that we'll be talking about on Tuesday night. My man, Peter, I hope you're able to join me so we can talk about that. Oz or Ray, you guys are absolutely welcome to join me. Ray, I'm definitely going to reach out to you. I'm going to let you know. Creative ones, I'll let you know. I'll reach out to you. And hopefully we can get this conversation going. I appreciate it, Peter. Thank you. You've been an inspiration to me. So I'm just getting started here. I know I'm trying to follow the path that you're blazing, buddy, because you're going strong, and I appreciate it. So what does it mean to be a man? We'll be talking about that on Tuesday. I hope you guys are able to check in. On that note, I will also be recording tonight with a buddy of mine, David Frangiosa. So if you're not already following David Frangiosa, please do that on Facebook and Twitter. Next time I'll remember to put a banner up for him. But we're recording a podcast for him tonight in promoting his new book that he just got, Going Gradeless, and in speaking about some of the role models. And I know Peter and you and I talk about role models a lot. This guy's a role model. You know, he wrote a book and he's going places. So David Frangiosa, check out the name. Get the book if you can. Going Gradeless, a new way to actually grade students in the classes. And I've been working with him for the past 6 years, and will continue to try to take the things that he's implementing and implement them in different classes. If anybody wants to hear more about that, check out David Frangiosa's podcast, Schools Reimagined, and his book, Going Gradeless. All right, people. Thank you very much. Off to the next one. Another podcast coming up for me in a little bit. And I'll be speaking to you Tuesday night. Be well, everyone. Ray, Oz, Peter, Carmen, thank you very much. Creative One, Salah, Ryan, you guys are the best. Really appreciate your support. And only moving on up from here. Be well.